Give us your feedback as to how of benefit this information possibly have been, or what you can see that can make it better. But next, in this, I don't know how you're going to upload these, but now we're going to go through different stages of calisthenics, weight training, and I'm going to have some martial arts stuff for you. Welcome to an upload of Steel Talk and Iron Responses. Peace and Black Power people. As promised, I'm going to have a series of exercises that can be done from 19 to 90. Actually, probably 15 to 90. It's going to be working the chest. Upper body strength is important to have. As you need to open things, put objects overhead to carry even, because the trapezius, there are muscles that are required for the body to carry out its tasks or activities of daily living. Because it will be a wide range, but y'all know the middle range I'm hitting is that baby boomer set that right now is really in a precarious position if they don't get a hold of some physical activity and some real positive nutritional adjustments. So for the upper body, and also I'm gonna stay in the calisthenic family. And if you didn't watch the last mindset episode related to what you need to think about before you even start any exercise, if you didn't look at that, pause this or jump right over to that. And I really think it should happen that way, because I really went over some things related to how you need to be thinking before you lift your first dumbbell, before you do your first push-up. Understand some things, and it will increase your chance of success. So we're going to be here. You know, the workout will be here. I would rather you see that first. It'll help you understand what I'm about to show you better. And also, needless to say, you know, this is information-based. Nothing I'm saying is to be interpreted as a diagnosis or that I'm prescribing anything. And I really would suggest, if you haven't been active for a while, it is all, you can't go wrong with getting a checkup, getting a basic physical. If you haven't looked at your body, check your pressure, know your sugar counts, or you just haven't been in front of a competent healthcare professional in 2-3 years, because sometimes there are conditions that don't manifest in symptoms. So just get a green light, clean bill of health before starting this or any other exercise program. Okay, for the older person that wishes to build their upper body, one of the best and least amount of stress, but still giving a minimal benefit, are vertical push-ups. Now, this is what they look like. Using this fence as a wall. So whatever wall you have in your home, ideally something that doesn't have pictures or objects on it, that gives you a wide range of spacing. You would place your hands, I like to start people shoulder width. Shoulder width is a good medium stance to start, and you would lower, well, I'm saying lower, but you're vertical, so it's a slight leaning to and from the wall. And for some, depending upon the level of inactivity or the level of atrophy that might have taken place in the shoulders, and I'm talking about 10 times, then resting 10 seconds and doing 10 more. You'd be surprised how challenging that could be for someone either in their elder years or just, again, had allowed a high level of atrophy to take place. So this is what it looks like, shoulder width. Now again, this is a fence and ain't a wall, so work with it, brother, but I want you to see the form and what the movement entails. Again, you're vertical, approximately 2 feet away from what would be your wall. The hands can be slightly lower than shoulder or at shoulder height. And fingers spread. This takes the pressure off the wrist, so flat on the wall, and then just leaning in. If you can, until your chest touches the wall. Make light contact. For some, that might be too difficult. Some of you might have to work with a lot shorter range. You might have to stay right at the top of that motion just to begin to get the deltoids of fire and get used to and comfortable with movement. But the more activity you get to that area, you slowly be able to increase your range until you're eventually going all the way to the wall and pushing off. I would suggest you can do 5 4 times or 10 4 times. The number depends on you. Or do it to a level where you don't want to overwhelm yourself if you're just getting started. You know, there's more to do tomorrow or again, every other day. So I would suggest 5 for elderly person or person who has very, very deconditioned upper body. Start with those. Now, after they master that, they can begin to get a little more jiggy with it. Now, again, we're vertical just now. Now we're going to give more of a flat angle, where I'm working not directly from gravity, but still at a slight angle. Now this one, you can back up just now. Watch the dumbbell behind you. Same principle of the wall, but because my angle, my chest and hands are in a position where I can now work more with gravity, still trying to make light contact and pushing away. Light contact and pushing away. This is, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 times more challenging than the vertical, but not as challenging as the next one we're going to do. But the same thing, light contact and up, light contact, full range when possible. Same thing as before. Some of you might just have to tease it a little. At first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, did it. Done. Won't have to do that again until the day after tomorrow, or whatever the plan is. But some can start to challenge it and maybe even get halfway. That's okay. But if you're able to, and if you can challenge yourself, because right here, you get the maximum stress on the pectoral, and you want to work the whole pectoral muscle to whatever degree. That's the muscle that's going to give the chest the shape. So we went from vertical, we went to less vertical. Now, the one that is pretty much the standard that the military kind of made famous, I would say, or maybe Jack LaLanne made it famous, but this is the standard push-up. But now, look, with calisthenics, all we're doing is playing with angles. We were vertical, less vertical, now I'm even less vertical. What does that do? Gives a more direct pull on gravity. So now my upper body has to do the most out of these 3 angles for me to propel myself away from gravity. So again, working the pec, deltoids, triceps, even little buys get in there. If you want to stay on the mat, I'd rather stay on the mat if you're outside instead of putting your hands on the ground. Spreading the fingers, always spread the fingers. This gives the wrist more support. Get your focus, position yourself over your hands, slowly, chest to the mat, and up. Same thing with the range, chest to the mat, and up, chest to the mat, and up, chest to the mat, and up, chest to the mat, and up. Now with this, again, you might 2, 3 to 20, and then make that the exercise. If you have a little play that you can give, make that the exercise. You can go halfway and up, make that the exercise. But remember, you'll be working towards this. All the way down, and all the way up, all the way down, and all the way up. Now, some of y'all think that's gotta be it. No, there's still more. With a push-up, very similar to a squat, the angle between the hands dictates what kind of stress you put on your pectoral muscle. The closer your hands are, these are called diamond push-ups, placing the chest right on top and pushing away, you work more the center of your pectoral. So that concave in the middle, that valley gets deeper because you're working the internal portion of the pectoral. The mid stance was what we just did. It works more the mid, center part. The wider you go, the more you work the outer pectoral. So, one of the steps up, once you've got to, again, as you advance and you want to do something that gives you more challenge, go to the diamonds. Diamonds, hands placed to form a diamond. Again, fingers spread, fingers spread. Placing your chest over the hands. And again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this one, I'm not going to give you the option to do the playing stuff. You shouldn't be up to diamonds if you haven't mastered the other levels yet. But once you've mastered them, and you say, okay, what else can I throw at this? Diamonds, and the outer part of diamonds are wide push-ups. Vary it, work the center, work the outer, work the mid. And am I done? No. I have these dumbbells here. Not to work with them yet, because remember I said these are calisthenics. Calisthenics is just yourself and gravity. So far, all we've used, I do have a mat here, but if the mat wasn't here, all I'm doing is pushing against gravity. You do have a wall. A wall is not considered a piece of equipment. The floor is not. It's your body against gravity. I'm only using these dumbbells as stages of sort. What they do is take me several inches further up from gravity. So for me to get lower to the mat, I have to put more stress. I have to stretch more of my pectoral. And when you stretch a new part of the muscle, you recruit new muscle fiber. And that causes and stimulates development in that area. So, well, I really prefer this way, because this simulates the barbell. Again, same thing. Now watch that I go lower than my hands could before. 1, putting more stress on the outer pec. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, no partials for that. Either do them or not do them. Now, you're thinking, it's got to be over. There's no other way besides getting equipment to amp this up. I'll give you one more at this level. Now, we went from vertical, partially vertical, even less vertical, and we were flat. Now, what happens if I take the lever point? Because that's what's back here. My feet right now are the lever point. What happens instead of starting from here, I lift the lever point and keep my chest, my hands down here. So I have a higher lever point, my feet are up here, my chest and arms are here. So if I go up and down from that perspective, what part of the chest you think I work? The upper pectoral. Now, the only way to achieve that, you gotta have your feet up on a higher device. The average chair should do fine. Some of you might see this right in your living room. Put your feet up on the sofa, clear a little space out. And since I got this set up, I'm gonna stay with this. I wouldn't advise jumping right from this to incline push-ups without doing it with your hands flat first. But since it's set up, I'm gonna get jiggy with it. So still wide. Now my lever point, my feet are up higher. So I'm wide and I'm upper. And you do this regularly enough, it really adds a nice development to the chest. And again, you're still lowering as low as you can. 1, and coming up. 2, and take the muscle through a full range of motion. 3, 4, get positive and negative resistance. Work going down and work as you come back up. So, all calisthenics, various levels. The level I just finished up with, the last 2, 3, you have to grow into, but you can start. The basic, the vertical, ain't nobody watching this. They can't do the vertical unless, and with no disrespect, if you're in a chair, I have some chair stuff coming up in one of my other shows. You can even work from a wheelchair, even without standing. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do for the upper body. So please share the word. This is one of the things I'm going to commit to, giving information, because I really like the feedback that I got from the self-care build. People let me know they were interested in finding out more, especially older folks, how to take care of the body. Now again, no equipment, this can be done in your house. So we ain't even talking about a financial investment. This is something you can do starting tomorrow. So continue to watch. You have any other questions you want to ask on that? Because if not, we're going to go to the next segment. But no, share, please. You always build knowledge you got.
So this one is mainly about chest and everything like that?
Yes, chest, but chest primarily. Deltoids are in there. Triceps are in there. There's very few exercises that's like, I'm working chest today. I'm doing leg. There's always other connected muscles. So I don't want to say something like, oh, yes, it's mainly chest.
Okay. So next time, what's the next thing we'll work
I think the next body part, since I mentioned it, and I'll make it the next thing, I'm going to have some chair exercise. Now, that would include free weight. So the next thing is going to be chair. If you are well, I'm saying if you're in a wheelchair, if you want to do a seated workout, this would be a good seated workout for a person who's not in a wheelchair. Sure. But everything will be done seated for the next show.
And for the people who want their abs, is that coming soon too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Now, they might regret the abs when it comes in there. They be like, yo, he must be out of his mind.
How about that? Are we gonna
Oh
see any-
yeah, we got some self-defense stuff coming too. So we got a lot to get in, man. So let's make this happen.
Let's get it.
All right, so stay tuned. Or no, tune in for the next upload. We're here for you. This is the show to come to improve your health. Kia Life Productions. Hip hop is real. Stay with us. Subscribe. Peace. This more is better. Not always. There's some fine muscles that take very lightweight, but a certain articulation of movement that can sculpt the body. So, you know, so many lose sight that this is a sign. So, anyway, I got 25s. One of the basic seated exercises are shoulder presses.